Oh, what's going on? Everybody. Let me try to get myself situated a little better here. Everything's a little discombobulated. I was working on tomorrow's video. Unfortunately, I've been having a little car trouble, and I forgot my laptop in my car when I dropped the car off at the dealership this morning. So, I was unable to work on a video today, and have just been working on it for the past hour. So I have a lot of work to do this afternoon. Well, the rest of this evening. So after the live stream is done, guess who's got to edit video? All right, so let's see. Rob Perez, what's going on? Buenas noche. How you doing this evening? Como todo bem? All right. Let's see. Mr. Hockett, congratulations on your grandson, sir. Grandson, right? I think it was a boy. Liberty Prepper. Well, hello. Indiana representing. Cuff and Stuff. What's good with you, sir? Ken, you made it. Wait, Ken, we made it. Because I made it too, all right? So tonight, we are sipping on a Natty Boh. So, National Bohemian. Apparently, it used to be made in Baltimore. Now, it's not made in Baltimore. It is made in Wisconsin now, so right here where you at. But this is their crab shanty, and it's like a lemon. Yo, it's good. I like it. Other people don't. Barbecue Grill Masters Empire or Grill Masters Empire. Tarrell's World, how you doing? Oh, Gary Woodard, howdy to you too. Sean, what's going on with you? Let's see. Pine Belt SS? I guess Pine Belts. Hopefully everything is good down in Brazil. Greg, how you doing this evening? Carlo Walker. Hey, yo. Yes, shandies are a great summer beer. They are refreshing. Woo! Luke Alamadas, how you doing this evening? Yes, I'm packing my vacation. I'll be out and about. Nice topic. I'm cooking for around 50. Man, that's still a pretty decent sized crowd. I'm talking about like 20 or less. We talked about cooking for big groups last week, so let's talk about cooking for small groups. At least I think we talked about cooking for big groups last week. All right, Lou. Lou, you did talk to me about that. We did talk about that. Handyman, how you doing? Hello. Quester J, hey, yo. Gary, no, I'm not cooking tonight. I won't say I don't cook during the week. I have been limiting the amount of cooking. Again, I won't even say I have been. If I get calls to cook during the week, then I cook during the week. If I don't get calls for cooking during the week, then I don't cook during the week. This week, I actually do have to cook on Friday. Friday, kind of during the day, late afternoon for a 7 o'clock delivery. And on Saturday, I have another cook as well on Saturday. Both chicken wings. I'm debating whether I'm going to do them at the same time or not. I'm probably just going to do two separate cooks. It'll be alright. So let's see. Barbecue with Big Daddy. What's going on with you tonight? Ken? Yes. Well, Ken, you go ahead and get your 10 cup whiskey and your cola. Tonight, like I said, I am drinking summer shandy. What's up, Jay? This is like you. Tonight, we're sponsored by Natty Boh. Yeah. No worries, Lou. Excuse me. Forest Brook Builders. Yo to yourself, man. How you doing? Let's see. Carlos says, any lessons on making turkey tips? Turkey tips? Like wing tips? Not really. I've done some wing tips in the past. It's been quite a while, and I don't even think I filmed that. It was for Thanksgiving a few years ago. I did some. But I don't get much call for it. The stuff that I cook all the time is the stuff that I talk about all the time. Every now and again, if I do something like an eyeball thing, it kind of depends on whether or not I do some filming or not. I've been doing more filming of the eyeball things as of late, but I know for sure that I did turkey a while ago. But with that being said, so for the first hour, I try to stay on topic and we can talk about the topic at hand. The second hour, if we make it to the second hour, depending on how many of these I have or whatever it is else I'm drinking, We kind of open up for open discussion, and we kind of talk about any and almost everything. Some of these discussions off the rails, off the rails. All right, so Liberty Purpose says he has a 100-person event coming up in October. Well, that's like, you know, that's down the line. I'm talking about like 20 or fewer people. How do you guys handle, or what do you guys think that you need to do differently for a smaller event than you would a bigger event? All right, buenas noches. I just did an event at a ball game for 50 people. 50 people work putting. All right, Tyler, hold on. I'm only like halfway in. All right, Tyler, I did an event at the ball game for 50 people. All right, so that sounds like what's up. I'm talking even smaller than that, Tyler. What have you, this is like intimate dinner parties, or I still think 50 people is a decent amount of people. As far as, like a catering event. Let's see, when are you going to get a drum cooker? Do you not realize, Gary, what the name of my company is? Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue. I've had drum cookers since before you probably even knew my channel existed. I've been smoking on drums. I had been smoking on drums for, this is 2019. I started my business officially in 2014, but I was cooking on drums in 2013. Anyway, again, topic. All right. Paul, how you doing this evening? I'm good. Everything is good. Forest Brook Builders, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name. It was either Steve or Mike or Chris or... Sorry. Tell me again, sir. Jeff from Out of Order Barbecue, what's going on? Oh, Sean, you're at the National Harbor? You're like an hour away from me, right? Why you hit me up? Yeah, I don't know what that barbecue spot is down there, but I charge $25 a rack for my baby backs. Steak look yum. Look like a laid back spot. Yes. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate that. That's what's up, Jay. Jay City's out there cooking. All right. Lou brings up a good point. He says, I think it's important to know if other people are making food and how much. Yep, Paul, like a backyard cookout, but a little more, I won't say sophisticated, but a little more organized. Most of the time, or more often than not, in my opinion, whenever I do like backyard stuff, most of the time it's like, hey, can you bring us a brisket? Or hey, can you bring us, a few racks of ribs, or, like some chicken. But if I'm covering or catering, like, I had an event for a woman, and it was a dinner party, and she was expecting like 15 people at her dinner party. So how do you think that you should deal with a small dinner party? I mean, and here's the thing: I did beef, chicken, and pork for her. So, let's say 15 people. What do you guys think you should do for 15 people? Let's see. Tyler says holidays at his house every year. Great practice. Oh, excuse me. You get to try new recipes on people that are honest. You're absolutely correct. Hopefully they're honest. Sometimes, Tyler, even family and friends want to just stroke your ego and tell you that everything is great when something is not. Tyler says he usually has about 20, 30 people over, and that a small intimate gathering. Jay says every time he cooks is for like 15 people. That's what's up. Handyman says he cooked for 12 the other day. Did all the meats inside on the grill. That's what's up. So I'm just, wanting to get you guys thinking that every event doesn't have to be a 50 to 100 to 200 people event. You got to start out small. You have to start somewhere. And that's the reason why I want to talk about cooking for smaller events, is because I didn't start out by cooking for 400 people or 300 people. I started cooking out, on my Instagram, if you guys are following my Instagram, I say 1 to 100 plus. If one person wanted something for dinner, I was cooking for one person. But I wasn't cooking specifically for them. Back in the day, when I was doing my thing on Instagram, selling food on Instagram, I would sell food, have it ready, and whoever wanted what for dinner, I would take it to them. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Cook for the family before, and people always end up bringing stuff. And you know what, Lou? There's nothing wrong with that, because, I just like everybody else, I would rather have too much food than not enough food. I mean, always, always, always. So Paul says he would cook shoulder, 3 racks, and the flat part of the brisket. So Paul, if I'm doing brisket, I'm doing the whole brisket only. That's it. And then what ends up happening, and this is the reason why I want to bring this up, is because one of two things happens with the extra food. The first one is my family eats. The second one is I sell it to someone else. So why limit yourself? If you have an event and that event is for 15 people and you need to cook a whole brisket, a whole piece of pork shoulder, and the chicken is one of those things where you can selectively purchase chicken and get smaller amounts. But if I'm cooking a whole brisket, okay, guess what? I'm cooking the smallest brisket I can. Okay? And that smallest brisket, let's say I sold them 5 pounds of brisket, 5 pounds of pork, and 5 pounds of chicken. Okay? 5 pounds of chicken, cooking, chicken, getting a pack of boneless, skinless breasts, a small pack of boneless, skinless breasts, a small pack of boneless, skinless thighs. That's not an issue. And plus, chicken is something that, I can package it up in those 8-ounce containers, and I can sell that off when necessary. The pork. If I'm buying a pork shoulder, right, most of the time you're going to be getting pork shoulder, and it comes in 2 pieces, okay? That 2-piece unit is going to be, let's say 15 to 20 pounds of pork shoulder. You cook pork shoulder, you're losing half of it. Guess what? Okay, so what I'll do is I would buy a whole, 2-pack or 2-unit thing or single unit, but 2 pork shoulder, and I would take one and I would freeze it. And I would hold it off for the next time I had an event that was a little bit bigger or for another smaller event. Now, here's the next thing. You can always cook the whole thing and then freeze the other portion of the pork shoulder. And then, I would freeze it in 1 pound increments, and I would find someone, oh, hey, who wants, my aunt might want me to send her some food, or I could take 1 pound or 2.5 pounds, because if it's 5 pounds, just about, and my family will eat, okay? Very rarely did I take any of that and mix it in with anything else that I was going to sell. But I'm not going to tell you that it hasn't happened in a pinch. But that's usually I'm freezing it for someone who wants to order some food to be sent to them already frozen, and or for family that I know. All right. So same thing with the brisket. Brisket usually, if let's say you're doing 5 pounds of brisket, 5 pounds of pork, 5 pounds of chicken. I'm gonna find the smallest brisket I can. You sometimes you can luck out and find a 10-pound brisket. Sometimes you can't, and you get in a 15-pound brisket. Well, guess what? Anything left over, either my family is going to eat, or I'm going to try and put that brisket up and freeze it, or something along those lines. And I just sell it outright. I have a lot of people who I can hit up. Hey, I have some extra brisket. They're like, come on over. I'm sitting out waiting for you. All right, so Barbecue Grill Master says he would do tacos. It's easy. Doing tacos is not everybody's thing. Tacos, where do you live, sir? Maybe tacos, but I mean, I don't do tacos. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yep. Season 8 people several times. Sometimes they just want meat. Other times they want meat besides. Liberty pepper, you know what? It's one of those things where don't pigeonhole somebody to ordering the same thing every single time. They're going to get tired of it, then they're going to get tired of you, and then they're going to call somebody else. So I think that's awesome. If you have 8 people and, those 8 people vary their order, 1, it keeps you on your toes, and 2, it keeps them wanting more. Tyler. So last week we were talking about sides, okay? And I said I don't do sides. For the most part, I don't do sides. Probably, out of all of the cooking I've done, I've probably done sides 1 to 2% of the time for all the events that I've done. And Tyler says he pursued people to only order the meats. Sides are hugely labor intensive, but he'll do the whole thing no problem. Cooking for 50 is easier than cooking for 5. Yes, okay? One of the main reasons that I do not, I won't say I don't offer sides as the first thing that I'll do, is because it's just me. And sides, again, are very labor intensive, and I'd rather focus on doing the meats than I would trying to do some macaroni and cheese or some beans or something along those lines. Again, not to say that I don't do those things ever. They're not priority to me. Smokehouse Syndicate, how you doing this evening? Ken says I do pork, then place it in aluminum half pans and freeze 5 pounds per pan, easy to stack and easy to reheat. Ken, I would caution you to not, I won't say not do that. Only thing is, if you've ever seen, I think in aluminum pans, the pork would get freezer bite or freezer burn. I would caution you to get a vacuum sealer, okay? I have vacuum sealed meats often, okay, from time to time, cooked, uncooked, and you cannot tell the difference between when they are vacuum sealed and frozen versus, and that's how I ship food out. Vacuum seal it, freeze it, and it's good to go. Only thing, and one of the other things too, if you have barbecue sauce, the barbecue sauce can sometimes react to the aluminum foil. If the pan is sitting on top of the aluminum foil, so just be careful, be mindful. Lou says, I love cooking small briskets. Well, you know, you need to get a bigger smoker, then you won't like cooking small briskets anymore. Bill Barbecue Grill Master. See, that's what I'm talking about. He says he lives in Texas and everyone loves tacos to an extent. All right, to an extent. When you have a bigger Latina community or Latino community, excuse me, tacos are going to be, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, tacos are going to be more in demand. I can make tacos, or people can want tacos, but if I'm doing barbecue, they're not going to want barbecue tacos, if that makes sense. Funny enough, I actually had a gig this past weekend where a woman wanted me to smoke pork and chicken for her to make tacos for her daughter. Though it did fall through, I'm doing some more food or a different order of food for her this coming weekend. But nonetheless, okay, Question J, yeah, never mind. Paul says, that's what I'm talking about. Let me know when you have extra brisket. Grown Folks Network, how you doing? Ken, understand? Oh, see, Ken, I would be pulling it completely and then freezing it. But if you're going to leave it intact and then reheat it, then you know I see. Yeah, Smokehouse Syndicate agrees with me. He says vacuum sealing is the way to go. Never put sauce on the pork. The acid in the sauce will react with the metal. Ken, there you go. See, this is what we're talking about. We're on the same page. Twaski Parker, how you doing this evening? With a few regular customers, I offered a free sample of a new item. It has led to new orders. We also offer kid-friendly items. Like, yo, the kid-friendly items that I do are ribs. Like, I can't believe when my kids were younger and I was doing ribs for them, how easy it was to keep them quiet with ribs. Ken, Ken says the vacuum sealer was purchased about a month ago. God bless garage sales. Yes. But I'm telling you, wrapping it up in foil versus wrapping it up or putting it in a vacuum sealer, night and day. Night and day. So, but I mean, so far, it seems like you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. As you know, because here's the deal, you guys who do barbecue, you guys know that if someone says to you, "Oh, I just need 2.5 or 3 pounds of brisket," well, you can do the math just as simple as I can do the math, right? All right, well, I can do that for you. Is there any way where I can get you to get 4 pounds of brisket? Because then that'll cover my costs. That'll cover the cost of the brisket for the most part, right? So by the time you buy a 10-pound brisket and you sell 4 pounds of it, okay, and you have those 4 pounds sold, then I can, like I said, I can do one or two things. I can say, oh, hey, wife, kids, you guys can eat some brisket. Here's what's left over. Or I can hit up, the first person on the list, and I'm like, yo, I have some brisket. They're like, why aren't you here at my door already? Ken, that's funny. Oh my goodness. Ken says my whiskey and cola tonight is thanks to his $1 garage sale soda stream. I have a soda stream machine I got in barter for some brisket. ACO Purser, how you doing? Alright, I never heard anyone here in Texas say they don't like tacos. We all love tacos. What's common food? Where? See, that's the thing. I'm living in Baltimore, and there are Baltimore things like there's seafood. All right, you know, you got blue crabs, which is big here. Um, of course, there's other seafood, and like one of the other things too is pit beef around here. Pit beef is not barbecue. You know, pit beef is grilling because it's cooked hot and fast. And again, in my opinion, I had someone argue me down about that, but in my opinion, hot and fast is grilling. Barbecue is low and slow. But do folks eat tacos? Yes. I'm not trying to say that tacos aren't. But you gotta. I won't say open your mind, but you have to be. You know, things that are popular there are not the only thing that you can do. Again, I'm not Latino, so I don't do tacos that often. My business is predicated on barbecue, so I do a lot of barbecue. Now, can you make brisket tacos? Yes, but again, you have to be in that. I won't say in an area where making brisket tacos is prevalent. It's not here. It's not here. More American food, and like I said, pit beef is big, real big. Grown Folks Network says, how many samples did I give out before I got any business? I didn't give away many samples. What I used to do, and how I kind of started selling food at work when I was working, I used to take my food with me to work, and I would warm it up in the microwave and sit in the break room. And as people were eating, you know, or coming in and out, they're like, "Man, that smells good. What is that?" "Oh, this is just some brisket I whipped up." Or, "Oh, these just some beef ribs I smoked." Or "Oh, yeah, I made this smoked chicken noodle soup." And then people were asking for it. So did I have to give away samples? No, I did not give away many samples of anything. There were times when, you know, crack samples were a thing, but you know, product is product. So yes, but I didn't give away much food. Smokehouse Syndicate, yep, agreed. Blue crabs, best. Jay says best tacos come from East Los Angeles. Just saying. All right. Barbecue Grill Master says he loves seafood. Dad thinks he me a fortune. The wife loves sparkling water with the flavor essence. She gets to make her own, and I'm not paying $3.50 for a 12-pack. Well, Ken, you know what you need to do is go to like Sam's or Costco and get the. We do a lot of sparkling water too, and we'll get the Costco brand. It's like $12 for a case of 24, and usually end up having to get 2 cases, and it'll last about a week or two. Anthony says, what website do I order my chicken from? I don't order my chicken from a website. I go into a store and pick it up, man. I want to be able to look at that chicken. Plus, I want to be able to figure out how much of what I need. Each cook is going to be different, and especially if I have a small cook. So let's say I need 5 pounds of chicken. Okay, you guys know the little bit of math that I've done in my head to figure out how much chicken I need for a 5-pound cook. Basically, I'm going to need to cook about 7 or 8 pounds of raw chicken in order to yield at least 5 pounds of chicken. So what I'll do is I'll try to find the smallest pack of boneless, skinless thighs and the smallest pack of boneless, skinless breast, and I might be able to find like a 4.5 or a 5-pound pack of, and this is, mind you, at Sam's most likely. 4.5, 5-pound pack of each. I'll take it home. Yeah, I'm cooking about 10 pounds of chicken. By the time it's all said and done, I might have 7 or 8 pounds of chicken, you know, cooked. And then I'll portion some of it off. And again, it's either going to be for my family or it could be for, you know, I'll sell it. So, but I don't order food from websites. I go into stores and pick up my briskets. I pick up my pork shoulders. I pick up my ribs. I want to put hands on it. I want to put eyes on it. Yeah. Richard, we got a couple more weeks before your event, buddy. We got, what, 2 weeks left? Ken says, well, Richard's event's not a small event, and he's got like a medium-sized event that I'm taking care of for him. He's got a couple things going on, so I can't wait to meet you, sir. But we will definitely link up, and I'm sure we'll talk before the event just to double-check and finalize everything. But I'm looking forward to meeting you, like I said. All right, so Ken, smoked pork tamales, pulled pork or brisket nachos, pulled pork tacos, brisket breakfast burritos. Ken, man, you're not helping my situation here. Talking about all the good things that you can do with with the smoked meats as far as like taco-like information. Uh, Mega Candy. All right. Is that a rocker in your picture? What is that? I'm trying to. Anyway, he says Baltimore native, pit beef and blue crabs all day, baby. I agree. Crispy bacon. He says he loves pork. Nothing wrong with that. You do you, boo. All right, so cuff and stuff. This is where the difficulty comes in. And I was waiting for someone to ask something along these lines. All right, so this is what my normal recommendation is. For each person, I recommend a half a pound of protein. Okay, and then I recommend a 25% overage. So if we're looking at 20 people, you're looking at 12 to 15 pounds of meat. Now, you can do my normal is gonna recommend a beef, a chicken, and a pork. Okay, but let's say, hey, I don't want pulled pork, I want some ribs. Okay, well, ribs, I can do ribs for you, but you're probably gonna order like 2, maybe 3 racks of ribs because that's just what it is. You have a 14 bone rack and you have 20 people. Excuse me, you guys know as well as I do. There are times and there are people who can sit and eat a whole rack of ribs by themselves. So you have to kind of not prevent, but prepare for the greedy folks, okay, that are gonna just, oh, I see it, therefore I'm going to take it, and other guests be darned. Hey, hold on, time out. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me, please. I would greatly appreciate it. Not only does it make me feel better, it also helps these videos and my channel immensely. So if you could please again hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm just going to thank you guys in advance. All right, so I normally recommend pork, beef or chicken and a pork, and then people, I told you guys before, people who don't eat pork will eat beef, people who don't eat beef or pork will eat chicken. Also, for smaller events is when I would actually order, or excuse me, recommend like racks of ribs. When the events get too much, then people want to eat too much, and then it ends up becoming like a drain because people need to order too many racks of ribs. I say all of that to say, I probably would recommend 4 to 5 pounds of beef, chicken, and pork as a start. And then if someone says, all right, well, I want brisket and I want chicken. Okay, well, do you want half and half? Do you want more brisket than chicken? I can recommend something, but ultimately what's going to end up determining what they order is their budget. So don't get too rigid about what you're telling people because their budget is going to determine. And most people don't really understand or realize just how much barbecue costs. Maceo says amen to the crack sample. Cook meat per person. Ken, I think that's a bit high. You can get more money by lowering your prices a little bit. I just think it's a little bit high. I plan for a group of 20 or less is generally half a slab of ribs per person, about 15-20 pounds of chicken wings, and about 10 pounds of sausage. And maybe pulled pork if I think more will show up. Well, Carlo, I won't say the problem, but those numbers, I could undercut you by providing the same cuts of meat or by the same types of meat, but different pieces. When you start getting pieces like that, racks of ribs, chicken wings, sausage, the sausage might be nominally priced, but the wings are going to be more expensive. The ribs are going to be more expensive than, let's say, pulled pork and or like a pulled or a chopped chicken. You have any videos on how smoking seafood? Twaski, I've done salmon a bunch of times. That's about it as far as the seafood that I do. If you haven't already, Quincy J says, hit that like button. He says smash. C. McLeod Show, how you doing this evening? Definitely please do hit that like button. Like I said, the thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Ken says, Mega Candy, come on down for a crawfish boil and bring some crab. We'll boil it with the mud bugs. Definitely. Budget and taste profile of the group that they are serving is I'm telling you, budget is not about what they want to eat. It's their budget that's going to dictate it. So Mega Candy, you have to be careful smoking seafood, and this is one of the things we talked about. I talked about on a live stream before. Folks with allergies, you can seriously make someone sick by putting any sort of shellfish in a smoker with other meats for someone who's unassuming. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Ken, hilarious. Ken says 1 pound per person is what I use since I tend to attract fat customers. Nothing wrong with that if they're fat paying customers. All right. You like cooking breasts and thighs? Or you just smoke grilled wings and legs? I don't really do legs. Unfortunately, this weekend I do have to do some legs. I don't do them often just because like I don't like chicken legs. So I try to cook things that I like. Um, I do smoke wings. I just don't. I won't say I don't smoke them that often. I smoke wings more during football season and more during Super Bowl than anything. Wings. I've told you guys before. Wings are just a pain in the butt. Craig, what's going on, man? I haven't forgotten about you. I'm having a little bit of car trouble, so I don't really want to drive my big old van over to your house. Um, it's a big old van, and getting down them little teeny streets. You still live in the same place over by the park? Da-da-da-da-da. C McLeod, we're not gonna talk about that right now, or I think I may have talked about it in a salmon video. You gotta check that out. All right, so let's see. Let's try to reiterate this. The first hour of the live stream, I try to stay on topic. When you ask questions about other things, I'm not going to straight out ignore you. I will acknowledge the fact that I see your question, but if it's not on the topic about what we're talking about, and I know you have questions about other things, um, I will I will kind of try and table it for later. So if you're still here on the second hour, we can definitely talk about other things. But let's try to stay on topic and float some ideas out there about cooking for smaller cooks or cooking for smaller groups. All right, smoked snow crabs, very good. Blah blah blah. Awesome. Uh, Jeez. So Liberty Prepper, smaller events and sides. I'm telling you, I suck at it. I do. I do. I do. I do. I am still having this. Another one of the reasons why I don't really offer too many or too much sides is because I don't like. I have a hard time. Uh, Taste tester number 3 is interrupting the live stream. I apologize. Um, so I don't. I have a hard time judging how much I need. I really just kind of guesstimate. Usually I try and guesstimate like a 1/4 ounce serving per person, and then go that way. But it's difficult. I really do guess. Uh, all right, Craig, I see you. We'll get up. Um, Ken says he has a cook coming up for his parents' church, and he'll be doing 410 pounds of legs, 40 pounds of wings, with 50 pounds of brisket and 50 pounds of pulled pork. Wow. All right. Well, that's what's up, Ken. Liberty Prepper. Thanks. She's gone already. Wendell, how you doing? Uh, yeah. So, but these are some of the things I want you guys to think about as far as cooking for smaller groups. Now, here's another thing too. If you have a whole brisket to cook because you're trying to cook a brisket, but it's just your family, what do you do with the rest of the brisket? That's all right, Ken. I understand. Oh, hopefully it was 40 pounds of legs and not 410. Yeah, like I said, hopefully it was 40. So but what do you guys do with the extra food? I mean, I know when I was first starting out, my wife, she thoroughly disliked when I was cooking the brisket. Now, one of the options is you can cook a smaller piece, but the smaller piece is going to cost you the same amount of money as a full, full packer. So a whole brisket is, let's face facts, whole brisket is going to be $50, $60 depending on how much, brisket you get. You get a brisket flat, it's going to be almost the same, $40 to $50. For the same price, I'd rather go get the whole packer and be done with it. Yeah. Kirby Q, thank you very much for your input, sir. Sean, that's why I've never cooked the brisket. Not sure what to do with the leftovers. My wife doesn't like it, and my kids don't appreciate it. Well, Sean, I tell you what, man, get yourself, invest in a vacuum sealer, start vacuum sealing it, and you'll thank yourself later because you can. Tony. Tony does that. He cooks towards the end of the summer, like with the fall. Tony lives up in Michigan, I think, and he cooks and then he puts the food away. So during the winter, he's squirreling away barbecue like a squirrel would like some nuts to eat during the winter. Craig says he doesn't cook brisket unless he has 10 to 15 people coming over. Well, that's what's up. I mean, and rightfully so. You need to make sure that you eat all of that, or they eat all of that. Plus, cooking brisket for yourself gets tired after a while, man. Several homeless shelters very happy when I showed up after cook for a customer and brought the leftovers to the shelter. Customer had no way to take extra home. Well, that is admirable, Ken. That is definitely admirable. But not everywhere can you take food. I mean, I know I've seen and heard of people having a hard time trying to take food to homeless shelters because there are different rules and regulations, especially like out in California. But I'm sure there are other places that probably present other problems as well. Usually post a picture he cooks all online. People ask to buy any leftovers. Well, Liberty Prepper, that's exactly it. When you get people that start asking you for the food, you'd be a fool not to sell it. But that is the best thing about having extras is you can decide what you're going to do with them. I mean, you've already cooked it. Either you can eat or someone else can eat, but just don't let it go to waste. Handyman says, put a freezer in your garage. Man, I have 2 refrigerator freezers in my garage. I have a deep freezer in my basement. I have a deep freezer right behind these double set of doors that I'm looking at here. I have another refrigerator freezer combo upstairs, and I have another refrigerator combo in my kitchen. I have plenty of refrigerator space around my house. Never broke again. Money gang takeoff. I'm good. How you doing this evening? If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Please hit that thumbs up button. I hate to beg, but we got 40 folks in the stream, or 41 folks on the stream, and only 22 likes. 23 likes now, or 23 thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I'm great, sir. Never broke again. Ken's funny. He says, have you not met my wife? When it comes to mac and cheese, she will kill half the pan by herself. Jose, how you doing? Good question. I'm a single guy, so I package the extra brisket in smaller vacuum packed bags and freeze them. Reconstitute it later, and is still tender and good. Just his opinion. This is why I like you, Mr. Hockett, because I agree. All right, I have genuinely frozen brisket and saved it for a rainy day. Same thing with pulled pork and chicken. Smaller events, I will freeze that stuff, put it in a vacuum seal bag, freeze it, and just like you said, reconstitute it. I'll just warm it back up. Now, one of the ways I have warmed it up before is in the sous vide. Not my favorite way to do it, but I have done it. Mixed results. The sous vide, I told you guys the sous vide, when warming things up or cooking things, the temperature drops off immediately because of the fact that you're only cooking like at this steady temperature, and you remove it from that temperature, and the temperature drops like a brick. Ken says, depending on if I'm cooking at home or on site, determines what I do with the leftovers. If I have transported to site and brought it back, I won't resell. Now, Ken, I agree there. Okay. Well, I won't resell it, but there are some friends of mine, who know and like, yo, This is some food I had left over from an event earlier today. This was the last pan. I didn't dig into this pan, but I'm not going to resell it to anyone just for the simple fact that I kept it warm or I kept it heated. So I don't resell it. But if one of my friends, one of my close friends is like, yo, I'll come and get it, it doesn't matter, then I'll give it to them, but I'm not going to sell it. So I agree. Mega Candy, how long can you freeze? Me personally, I like the cold, so I can sit out in the cold for a while. But if I'm talking about food, if it's in a vacuum seal bag, as long as there's no air that's gotten into it, I mean, you can definitely freeze it. I haven't had to freeze anything for longer than, a month or two before. I'm like, I don't really feel like cooking anything tonight, or I'm just gonna pull out this brisket and sheet, and I'll warm it up, and then I'll mix it in with something else. Like, I made like brisket enchiladas, I think they were. I don't know, but I've made other things. And do you guys remember? How many of you guys remember? I did like 3 or 4 different videos with. I made pulled pork, and then I did like a pulled pork pasta, and I did a pulled pork in a tomato sauce, and I did like a pulled pork pot pie. Like, I had this pulled pork left over, and again, this is one of those things. I had it left over, and I was like, all right, well, what am I gonna do with it? So I did 3 different meals with that pulled pork for the family. But I know one was wasn't a pot pie, it was a shepherd's pie. Excuse me, or actually, I was corrected. Shepherd's pie has a certain meat in it, but it was a mashed potatoes and peas and carrots on top of, like pulled pork. I did the pulled pork and the tomato sauce, and there was one more. I can't remember what the third one was. Anybody remember? Uh, I vacuum sealed, frozen, and sold to people that want to have it for later. He says it's ribs and chicken grenades. That's what's up. My mother had a customer that purchased one of her frozen unbaked Danish pastries and lost it in her deep freezer for 2.5 years. Baked up fine and tasted great. Well, Ken, my address is always down in the description below. Please, please, please send an unbaked pastry. We could cook it on the Traeger. You know what? I'm telling you guys, I want to thank my wife again and again. I cooked dinner on the Traeger tonight. No video, before y'all ask. I cooked dinner on the Traeger tonight. I took some shrimp. I went and got 2 pounds of shrimp, put them in a third catering pan with some butter, some water, some Old Bay seasoning, steamed them out there on the Traeger. I did not want to cook inside the house. And yo, when I say cooking on the Traeger is drop dead simple. I also cooked some broccoli, steamed some broccoli, same thing. I used a little bit of seasoning, put a little bit of butter in the pan with that. Same thing out there on the Traeger. Now I will say that the steaming of the broccoli, I should have accounted for it to take longer. The steaming of the broccoli did not. I thought it would take less time than the shrimp. It did not, and I ended up having to come inside and finish steaming it on the stove top. But yeah, dinner on the Traeger. Bing. And I also reheated some garlic bread on the Traeger too. Bing. Not using the toaster oven and not turning on the oven in the kitchen. Money. Tyler says pellet smokers rock. Jason Jones. Do I make more than $100,000 a year from my business? No, I'm not doing my business full time. Not at all. Can I make $100,000? I possibly could. If I were doing barbecue full time and I had a truck or a trailer or was out there, yeah. But this is a part time thing now. I did do it full time, and I made a good amount of money when I was selling food out of the trunk of the car. Yeah. Ooh, Ken, that is what's up. All right. Well, don't threaten me with a good time. Mr. Hawkins says it actually tastes pretty good. Frozen brisket. I'm telling you, you wouldn't know. Windows has an update. Another time. Nope. Ship this year. Too expensive down here. Well, Quester J, I know Only reason I bought them is because they were on sale at the Giant Market. They were $6.99 a pound. I got 2 pounds of shrimp, and I had 5 shrimp. That was what was left. 5 shrimp. So I ended up cooking a steak. I bought some steaks the other day to practice, SCA stuff, and I haven't gotten a chance to actually set up and do cook. And I was like, you know what? I gotta eat too. So I took one of the steaks and I cooked that tonight. On the Traeger, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll post. Anybody want to see the picture of, or the picture? Yeah, the picture of the steak and the shrimp. I'll post the picture a little later on Instagram. It was like my own homemade shrimp fry Diablo. Is that how you would say it? Like from Fleming's when you get the little shrimp added on top. Anyway, so what filling would you want? Pecan, cream cheese, blueberry with cream cheese. Oh, blueberry with cream cheese. Yeah, or like, yeah. You had me at hello. You tell me whichever one is great. I'm just not a fan of nuts. Yeah. No Nutella either. Paul says I don't have IG. Well, you gotta look over your wife's shoulder. I know she unless she's unfollowed me. You could always get Instagram. No need to not have it. All right. So what else do you guys do with your leftovers? If you have extra food, or if you're cooking just for yourself, again. So Mr. Hawkins says he's cooking for himself, and he'll use freezer bags and he'll freeze the extra food. What else do you guys do? I mean, obviously. All right, there we go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Some ideas to use the food. Brisket chili is always a good idea. I told you guys before that when I was cooking briskets, hold on, I'll be right back, Ken. Ken, this is why we are friends. It's called a drink, not a sip, right? All right. Is that better? Number 2, 45 minutes in. I feel like I was nursing it, but it's all right. It is quite all right. Anyway, so what else do you guys do with your? Yeah, man, go ahead and get you one. Don't let me stop you. So again, if you missed it, I am drinking Natty Boh Crab Shack Shandy. All right, it doesn't have any crab actually taste in it. It's more of a lemon. All right. Quester J says he does chicken gumbo. Maceo says baked beans. Baked beans are always great. I did some beans. For the basketball event, and I put some of the just like the cutting board trimmings, like that little bit that's stuck on the cutting board, and some of the fat from the trimmings. Oh my God, man! When I say it turned around those beans, wow, yo, it was like 0 to 100 real quick. All right, Handyman says brisket hash. Never, I can't say I've ever had that. Ken says much better. He's only 1 drink in, but he's had 3 shots in his whiskey and cola. Well, take your time, young man. Take your time. Brisket and eggs in the morning? What? I can't even see the whole comment, and I already know that says brisket and eggs. There it is. Now I can see the whole comment. Brisket and eggs is a thing, and it is a good thing, okay? But not only brisket and eggs, pulled pork and eggs. Not really. I've had people do the chopped chicken, like the best way to heat up brisket and or pulled pork or chicken is going to be in a skillet, all right? Especially if you're going to be making some eggs, so you might want to make your eggs first. I don't know. Warm your brisket or your pulled pork up first, because then that flavor or that little bit of extra from the pulled pork or the eggs is going to be in the pan. From the brisket or the pulled pork will be in the pan, and then you will put your eggs in. Right on time. Right on time. Let's see, Kirby Q. Hold on, time out. Hi, Kirby. What's going on, man? Always a pleasure to have you hang out. So let's see. Southwest egg rolls with leftover pulled pork, chicken tacos with chicken comp trimmings, and omelets with brisket. Excuse me. I don't know what it is about omelets. I could do without omelets, but brisket and eggs, oh, this is why we're friends. This is definitely. Uh-oh, Ken's giving out recipes. Let's see what this says. A dozen eggs, leftover barbecue, chopped pork, beef, chicken, does not matter. A bit of cheese mixed together and pour into a muffin pan. Bake at 350 for 35 to 45 minutes. Cool and store in the refrigerator. What are those things called? Soufflés. Yes. I'm gonna have to do that, Ken. Definitely. I haven't done soufflés in a while. I did, did you guys see that video? Did I even post that video? I did a video where I made like breakfast. They were. I kind of made like a. It was almost like the Starbucks sous vide egg bite thing, and I did them in jars. And I'm looking at the jars. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the jars. They're like, they're eggs, not soup or something like that. I don't know. One of my wife's coworkers gave her these little jars, and she told me to do something with them. So that was the thing I did. I mixed up some eggs, some Southwest, like the peppers, the onions. I mixed that up together, and then I put like one of those, those dollar packs of sausages, the frozen ones. Put that down in a jar, and filled it with egg, and put it in the sous vide, and finished it off, cooked it, and I made like these egg bite things, and eat it out with a spoon, or eat it with a spoon, and they were great. It just was a little labor intensive. I mean, I'm not really big on the food prepping. Plus, I'm not really big on eating breakfast. Leftovers go to the lady next door. Brisket and eggs in the morning is yum. Well, Rob, that's what's up. That's admirable. Hey, everybody got to eat, right? Twatsky Parker says, brisket and eggs is heaven. Yes, indeed. How do you reheat your vacuum sealed barbecue? So, Sean, I'll pull it out of the bag and I will, it depends on how fast I need it. If I need it quickly, I might use the microwave on a low heat to defrost it, and then I'll put it in the oven to warm it up. I have also reheated food in the sous vide, but more often than not, I'll put it in the pan, cover it, and put it in the oven and warm it up that way. Ken Kramer says English muffin in the toaster and warm up an egg puck. Put it on the muffin, breakfast all week. Oh yeah. I've seen those, Ken. I'm not a big. I'm just not one of those things that I do. But I've definitely seen those. My wife used to do something like that where she would put like 2 pieces of turkey bacon in with a piece of toast that she would cut a hole out in the middle and put the egg in and basically make an egg sandwich that was like that. Yeah, quiche, souffle, quiche, same difference, I guess. Pulled pork chili and smoked chicken salad. Now, yes, smoked chicken salad. Yo, I had a guy who ordered food. He ordered chicken from me, and he used to order chicken from me like 2 to 3 pounds at a time. And I'm like, man, what are you doing with all this? He's like, I'll put it on my salads. I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to do better, blah, blah, blah. And then he became vegetarian. Go figure. Made some pulled pork from Memorial Day, vacuum sealed it, and just used it on some pizza last week. He said it was good stuff. Those very pizzas you cooked on the Kamado? Delicious mix, smoked chicken, brisket, etc. Pizza on the smoker, caramelized onions and cheeses. Bam! Bam! You can't like not emphasize bam, like this. That's one of those in your face action words that boom. Alright. Hole in one, the dish your wife likes. Yup, Ken, I knew it was something bunny fart loads. Let's rewind that back. Bunny fart loads. Says, you ever make any beer can chickens? How do they turn out? So I'll be completely honest with you. I like beer too much to waste it cooking chicken. I'm dead serious. I have never done a beer can chicken. I know people swear by it. I just don't want to waste the beer. I'd rather drink it than even cheap beer. Okay, I know people are gonna say, "Well, you can get cheap beer." Well, let's see. Let me catch up on the comments and see. Mr. Hawkins says, "Yep, that's exactly how he reheats it." He says, "Don't leave it in the bag." He said, "Reheat it in the cast iron skillet on low. You don't need to cook it further. You just need to reheat it." Uh, Lou, I knew. Mm-hmm. It always comes full circle with you, guy. Always comes full circle. Now leftover beans are chased with cornbread. Yeah, buddy. Maceo says smoked chicken and dumplings. I'm the only person in the house that likes dumplings. My wife and kids don't dig them. Kapow! I got kids, man. You know I can say kapow. I've watched. What is that? I want to say. Oh my gosh. I'm Lightning McQueen, but I know that's not the name of the movie. Oh, Cars. Kapow! Yeah, yeah. If you have any spongy yellow material with a little brown on the top, it's a little brown, it's sweet. It's the cake cornbread is made in a cast iron skillet. Well, Ken, that corn cake versus cornbread. That's a different argument for a different day, my friend. You go ahead on with that argument, cause I'll wait. Go ahead. You go ahead on and type on. Yeah. Question Shay. Just remember, everything's better with more butter, baby. All right, Ken. Holy cow. Dude, Ken says too much cake served up north is cornbread. I'm gonna leave that alone. So Kent, thank you, sir, for popping in and saying what's up. If you haven't already, not just you, Kent, but anyone else on the live stream, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I greatly appreciate it. So Kent, we talking about small cooks. He busting the room talking about, hey Dash, sorry I'm late. Been making 50 pounds of tater salad, 5 gallons of beans with diced pork belly, and 30 pounds of coleslaw for church, all from scratch. Well, aren't you Mr. Overachiever? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But we talking small cooks tonight, man. We small cooks. So Kent, here's a question for you. What do you do with your leftovers? Okay, if you have a small cook, and let's say you have to cook a whole brisket, but you only need half of that brisket for a cook. What do you do with the rest of it? That's what, we've been talking about for the most part. Again, small cooks. Hey, Tyler, it's okay. It's close enough, all right? Tyler says cornbread fritters with pulled smoked love on top. Oh boy, Ken. See, I would have a serious problem with that. The guy that doesn't eat pork, I would seriously have a problem with that. Down here in the south, I still use lard. Down here, if we don't have something to chase our beans with, we're gonna die. That's because the bean. I'm just gonna let just gonna leave it alone. It's cool, Dutch. It's cool. It's cool, Kent. It's cool. Uh. Alright, so Mr. Hawkins says, I see 33 likes and 39 and now watching. Please hit that like button. Yeah, please. We're closing the gap to 38 of you guys on the live stream and 32 likes. I greatly appreciate the love. Definitely, like I said, it makes me feel better and it also helps these videos and my channel. It really does. I don't just ask, for these things just because. It really does help. Lou says he had his espresso in an effort to hang tonight. What? Oh, that is cute. So what? Aren't you on summer break? Are you working during the summer? Let's see. Chill, vacuum seal, and sous vide to reheat later. That's what's up, Kent. I agree. Only problem I have with sous vide to warm stuff up is the temperature drops off a little too fast for my liking. Kent, well, Funny guy. He says, I normally don't have leftovers though. Haven't you seen my figure? I seen your pictures. I seen your videos. Brother-in-law made brisket nachos with leftover brisket. Made it look epic. That's what's up, Lou. Brisket nachos are great. Oh, that was the other thing I made. Pulled pork nachos. Good looking out, Lou. Remember I told you there was a series of 3 videos. I think the first video I actually made the pork, so it might have been 4. First video I made the pork on Sammy the Big Green Egg. Then I did stuff with it. I made the pulled pork shepherd's pie, the pulled pork nachos, and then I made a pulled pork pasta meat sauce. So yeah. No, Ken. Um, so lard is pork fat. If someone says they have tallow, that's beef fat. Um, there's not a distinct, but there are some differences. Uh, Fried cornbread and pulled pork sandwich. That's what's up. Yeah, Ken, never touch the skinny cook. I mean, ain't you seen my videos? I'm getting skinnier, or I did at least for a little while. But yeah. All right, so we first hour's gone. Uh-huh. Well, Lou, nothing wrong with that. So, can you stay up tonight? Can Lou come out and play? Hi, Miss Calamares. Can Lou stay out and play today, please? Can he hang with his friends? uh, if the food is not good enough for them to eat, you don't want it. Oh, shoot, Ken, I agree wholeheartedly. One exception to that rule, though. How many of you guys have and can or will get tired of your own cooking? I know I do. I know I do. So it's not that I don't eat or won't eat my own food. There are just times when I'm like, oh, I'm all brisketed out. And it's taken me quite a while to get to that point. But it can and does happen. Bunny fart loads. Alright, let's see. What was the last thing I cooked? I really enjoy watching you cook. Did you ever find out what the judges meant by texture? No. Bunny fart loads, there is no feedback, and I really want to do, it's one of those things where I want to do an open letter to the SCA to kind of say, hey, here's the opinion of someone who's not done many of these cooks, and here's something that I would like to see just as an outsider kind of looking in. I have not been able to go to one of those SCA classes because of the fact that those classes are offered few and far between from where I live. Unfortunately, I'm busy, and the next class is coming up. I have an event. I actually have Richard's event the next day, so I can't go 4 hours away to Pennsylvania to where this class is being offered, and the class is being offered at 6 o'clock, 6 to 9. So I would have to work all day, figure out how I was going to get to Pennsylvania for 6 o'clock, leave from Pennsylvania at 9 o'clock, and drive another 4 hours home, only to stay up for the rest of the night and cook. I just can't. Unfortunately, the way my schedule is set up, like, I miss a lot of good stuff because I have other engagements or parties and things like that. So let's see. Bunny says, what was the last thing I cooked? Today, I was just talking about it a little while earlier, a little while ago. I cooked the steak on the Traeger, and I cooked some shrimp and some broccoli also on the Traeger. That was the last thing I cooked. Let's see. Megan Candy says brisket mac, baked potato stuffed with the brisket mac. Oh man, brisket on a baked potato. Yes. Alright, Lou, that's what's up, man. I love Wildwood. Eddie Wright says, yo! Huh. Let's see. That's 225 burgers and 80 pounds of pork. One considered a small cook. Where you from? It is here. Well, I'm trying to think how many burgers I did for my work. I can't even remember, but it was about 140, 160 burgers. I don't know. Cooking with James, what's going on with you? How's everything, man? I haven't seen you in here in a minute, but you're always welcome. So James, we were talking about cooking, like small cooks. So usually the first hour I try to stay on topic. Second hour we kind of just let loose and shoot the breeze, and we can talk about whatever. Ken says nope, never get tired of my own food. I do get tired of cooking every now and then, but don't only do barbecue. Well, Ken, I agree, but to an extent, because I get tired of cooking. Like I told you guys, I'm having trouble with my car, so I've been driving Vanna in the heat in the summer in the traffic. The AC does not work as well as I would like it to. When I'm on the open road and everything's flowing, oh, Vanna's air works well, all right, to the point where I stay cool. But when it is hot as the dickens, yo, I get out of that van and I'm like sticky, sweating, and I'm like, the last thing I want to do is be standing over the hot grill or standing over the stove or anything. So I have not been in the mood to want to cook this week. Though I have been cooking, not been in the mood to cook though. Those things being said, give it some more time. You'll get tired of eating barbecue. I guarantee it. It's gonna be a fact of life. Halloween 810, man, what's going on? Shoot, I guess it's Halloween season almost. Back to school's almost done, so Halloween is be back. That's why you popping back up. Well, Lou, I'm glad I was able to entertain. Lou agreed. Lou says I love watching people enjoy my food more than I like eating it. Does yes, I completely understand. It's one of those catch-22s where you spend so much time making the food that you're like, at this point, I just want to see somebody else happy eating it. I don't even have to eat. I don't even want to eat. Yo, can I just go to like McDonald's or Wendy's or something? And I'll get like something off the dollar menu. And you done slaved and cooked over, whatever it is that you cook. And then you want some garbage, basically. All right, we got Alton in the house. Hey, yo. If you don't know, Dog Father Barbecue is up in the building. Novella's number 2. All right. I feel like we need some dramatic music. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now we can read the comment. I know it's off subject, but have you ever seen a raffle that Lone Star Grills is having for one of the employees that is going through some things? So I did see that. Saw on Justin Babyback Maniac posted a video about it. But the way my paycheck is set up, I ain't got nothing to donate until I get paid. I don't get paid yet. I haven't got paid yet. Yeah. Look, man. Oh, I'm right there with you. 1 second.
My head hurts really bad, and I tried looking in there for a headache.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
All right.
It's just mom is probably asleep.
No problem. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'll help you. I'm just trying to catch up on these comments before I get up again. So, Paul, no, I don't. The whole thing is I have different size smokers. If I am going to do a 10-pound smoker, I'll do it in the vertical smoker Vicky. Jimbo Q, that's what's up. Well, thank you very much, sir, for watching from halfway around the world. Looking at the vertical. Paul, I like that vertical pellet smoker. I told you it has the cooking capacity and it has a small footprint. I like it. Ken, I agree. Love cooking, but by the time I finish, I don't even feel like eating it. Yep, sure enough. Ken is funny. He says, Vanna has the 255 air conditioner, 2 windows at 55 miles an hour. Yeah, but then I gotta reach all the way over to the other side to open up the van. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys.
There was a child lotion. Lotion is a fancy.
Yeah, but that's liquid.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. Okay. Sorry. Gotta pay Dr. Dad. Work schedule changed, so you never get a chance to watch the live streams anymore. Oh, it's cool, man. I'm just giving you grief. Don't worry about it. Hey, Liberty Prepper, thank you very much for hanging out and popping on. Twaski Parker says he can never eat his phone after he cooks. Some people think I'm odd because I don't eat my food. Look, after you cook it, man, sometimes you just don't want to eat. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate that. If you guys haven't or don't know, Alton posted I guess the link, was that the link to Justin's video? Put a divider, isolate the back of the van so the AC doesn't have to do so much. Alright, well that's a good idea. Thanks. Well, Alton, aren't we special? He's getting a new smoker tomorrow. That's what's up. Any tips on getting even temps on the offset smoker, Anthony? There are plenty of videos out there on how to use baffle plates. One of the things that I always preach is adding water to your smokers. I'm a big proponent of adding water to your smokers. Water will act as a heat sink and obviously provide moisture inside the smoker. The family can't understand why when I have cooked all day, I want to sit down and watch them eat. Man, because you put all the effort into cooking. You're not trying to eat. So James says, Anthony, have you done the mods? All right. So there's an extensive, like almost every single smoker or grill out there. There's someone that has had it before you and has done some sort of modification. So the baffle plates definitely is a big one. If you haven't already, or you know, some of those smokers come with them, some of them don't. You can go to like Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up some plate steel, space it out, and you can like make the heat travel under the baffle plates, or the not baffle plates. What am I thinking of? What's the word I'm thinking of? Somebody help me out here. Tuning plates. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you very much, Alton. Tuning plates. Brain fart there. It's been a long day. So you tune the heat basically from the hot side of your grill to the cooler side by allowing that or making that heat travel under the food and coming out in smaller increments versus just coming from the hot side directly into, or coming from the firebox directly into the cook chamber. Is one big thing. But almost every single smoker out there, you're going to be able to find some information on someone who has helped it smoke better, cook better. So yeah. Hey Ken, have a good one. Thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you hanging out. But yeah, there's plenty of information out there on, you know, just like you found me and learned some stuff from me about cooking. I'm sure there's someone who has that specific smoker, that specific grill, and they have gone into greater detail cooking specific things, doing specific recipes, especially something that's been, out there for a while. Buenos tacos. It's all stacked, but seems to still have a huge cooler side. Um, you just kind of have to. What did I do? What did I do? Where's my latest video? Um. Oh, you're just posting my latest video. I'm like, what? What did I do about two? I'm thinking one and one has to go. Nah, man, you throwing me off, man. You making me think I'm going crazy. Well, thank you all, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Andy. So I'm sure there's information out there that without knowing specifically. It took me a second. I got up this morning. I got up early this morning because I had to take my car into the dealership. So it's been a long day, long day. So it took me a second. Pardon me, sir. But Andy, definitely recommend looking up the specific grill or smoker you have, and trying to find modifications, or like even on like the smoked meat forums or other forums like that, people who don't necessarily post videos on YouTube, but they might post or just like still pictures and what they did to fix something or make it better. So let's see. James says you can put a 3-inch elbow exhaust inside the chamber of the smokestack to push the heat down. That's what he did with his Oklahoma Joe offset. I'm sorry, dude. I'm like I said, my day started this morning. It was before 4:30. My alarm went off and I rolled over at 4:30 and kind of sat up, and I was just like hating life. I left my house this morning. It was closer to 5 o'clock. I had to drive out of my way, drop my car off, and then drive to work. It's been a long day. Did I tell you it's been a long day, Alton? Sorry, man. Wednesdays are the only days when I can do this anyway, too. I wish I wasn't yawning. Anyway, so only days that are long are the... Oh man. Well, James, you have a valid point. The only days that are long are the ones that start. True that. And I'm not complaining that my day started, but boy oh boy. Boy oh boy. Well, that swing shift thing, woo! Got off at 5 after 13 hours, in bed and sleep by 7, up and at 'em by 10. Now work again until 5. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, Alton. There was a point where I was working 2 full-time jobs, and I worked overnight and during the day, and I was teaching part-time. So I completely understand, and I know, but those days, I won't say are long gone, but whew. Now, man. Question J, hope all is well. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing more updates on the house on Instagram, sir. Oh man, he said he almost sent the box out today, but he ate the contents. No, why? Yo, Alton, it definitely sucked, but you know what? It was one of those things where I was doing it. It was when Taste Tester number 2 was young, and it made more sense for me. Like my wife wanted to stay home with the boys, or with him specifically, because Taste Tester number 1 was in daycare. Taste Tester number 2 wasn't in daycare yet. Actually, he wasn't in daycare. I think it was he was in pre-K. And Taste Tester number 2 wasn't in pre-K yet, so he was home with my wife, and then going to daycare every now and again. So a couple days a week, because she was working part-time. And in order for me to make up her income, I had to double my income. So I found a part-time job, a full-time job. So T Rock, how you doing this evening? Chocolate Capricorn? Did I miss you? I don't think Chocolate Capricorn is in the chat. If she is, ooh, goodness. I got a lot of weight to pull, but I pulled my weight. Hey, Eric, thank you very much for popping in and saying what's up. Appreciate that. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. Not only do I appreciate it, it helps these videos, and it just makes me feel good. It really does. All right, so I tell you guys, this week's been kind of crazy, and I'm still playing catch up. I have not caught up on videos. Like, I usually try to have videos done a week in advance, just so I don't have to rush. But the 37 Erics tonight, even Erics have things to do on other, on Wednesday nights, man. We can't have 37 Erics here every single night. Let's see. I have events this Saturday, man. That's another reason why, like, I told you my wife was trying to surprise me with a trip to Austin, and I couldn't go. Like, I had to tell her to cancel it because she kept asking me, "What do you have to do this particular weekend?" I said, "Oh, I have that event for my coworker." "Are you sure you have to do something that weekend? I want to go away." I'm like, "Yes, I have this thing for my coworker, man. I can't just bail on him. I have this thing." She's like, "I was gonna surprise you and take you to Austin." I was like, "Ah." Yeah, it sucked. But same thing. I have a cook that I need to do on Friday, and I have a cook that I need to do on Saturday. Austin, Alton, I wish. Yes, I should be doing the car show thing again. That will be happening in September. End of September, early October. That is H2O, definitely. I took 3" by space them out, and use them as tongue plates. All right. So Handyman says he took 3" by 1/8" thick. So that's 11 gauge. For those of you who don't speak metal, I speak a little metal. So 3" by 1/8". And he said flat bar. He cut it to fit inside of his smoker, and he spaced them out as tuna plates, which would be a very inexpensive means of getting it done. Austin is an awesome spot. Lou, agree? Yeah. That coworker that I did that work for was the one that I had the issue with the rotisserie. Yeah, that one. That was my trade-off. I should have been in Austin, and I wouldn't have had to deal with the problems I had with the rotisserie. All right, well, Alton, if I'm telling you, if you can give me a date early enough, and I will block it off, and I'll figure out how to get down there. Handyman, that was definitely handy, as James says. Yes, T Rock, I definitely agree. One of the reasons also why I don't do a lot of competitions, I'd rather make money than expend money with, yeah. Yeah, Lou, H2O will be, it has almost been a year. We're like 6 weeks away from H2O. I am excited. Excited. Though we gotta figure out where we're gonna stay. The place where we normally stay, apparently, the dude is not allowing us to have it this year. It is not available. I don't know. Maybe someone else booked it before us. Alton, what would you say earlier? The way my checking account is set up. The money is so overrated. So y'all just send it to him, and he'll properly dispose of it. I wish I had some disposable income. Disposable income to me is buying a 30 pack as opposed to a 6 pack. That's the times are hard when you buy a 6 pack and not a 30 pack. Oh no, Lou, we cannot promote that. That's why they don't want us down there anyway. It's a catch-22. You always want to see those type of things, but you don't really want to see anyone get in trouble for doing those type of things. Alton, yeah, yeah, I agree. Is there really such a thing as disposable income? I know it's not the way my checking account is set up. I don't have any disposable income. All right, man, I've been doing some things to kind of make myself more fiscally sound and fiscally responsible. So moving some things around. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right. So Michael says, "Would you get a Carolina Reaper for $50 live?" I'm not opposed. I like hot foods. You know, you go ahead and make that deposit to the live stream. I mean, excuse me, to the PayPal. I got you. I actually have some. I have some pepper seeds that I've been holding on to, and I haven't grown them yet. But I have some pepper seeds. But James says there's no such thing as no income. Man. Lou says yes. All the money that I make gets disposed of. Gets disposed of. Excuse me, Alton says he took a serious all in the stock market today. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, sir. Shoot, I just sold some. I had some employee stock options, employee purchase options. I sold them a little while ago. Paid off some debt. I understand. You know, I have to keep it friendly because YouTube dings me too. Even an hour and a half into the live stream, the machine learning demonetized the live stream last week because I kept talking about Jay's Chever, okay, and I said, you know, cheap Weber a time or two, and I got demonetized for a little while on that video. I had to put in a little manual review, and yeah, I just err on the side of caution. Alton, I'm working on it, man. I am seriously working on it. Like I said, I took the stock options and paid off some debt, reduced credit cards by half. Really only have 2 that I really use. Reduced 1, non-existent. And I recently found out that I'm gonna get a balance transfer deal. Not 0%, but it's half. Actually, shoot, it's less than half. The open credit card rate is like closer to 20%, and I'm going to be paying 5% for this balance transfer for the life of the life of the loan. So no brainer. Yep, doing that, and also looking to refinance my car. My car note, car is at like 8 and some change percent. Trying to get that down to like 6. Just, every little bit of interest savings helps. So, trying to do better. Being laid off sucks, okay? Being laid off sucks. And I had to make some decisions, and my credit suffered. So, now I am paying for it. I'm definitely paying for it. Nothing in the world like being debt free. My ex kept me in debt, and I had no idea until Jane got it together and did the daggone thing. Well, that is what's up. Definitely, like I said, I'm trying to be more adult, fiscally sound. Slowly but surely, it's taken a couple years. of me working steadily in order for me to get to this point where I've kind of made a conscious decision. But then again, I know why my credit was jacked up. My credit was jacked up, and I was borrowing on credit cards because I had no income aside from the barbecue. But that doesn't always pan out. Robbing from Peter to pay Paul. Yep. Anyway, I got laid off. That was when I did barbecue full time. I guess most people don't know, or some people don't know, haven't been following me long enough. So at the end of 2014, I got laid off, and I knew the layoff was coming, and I used that as a springboard in order for me to do barbecue full time, and I never turned back. I did barbecue full time for a year and a half before I went back to work, and it was a great time. I met a lot of people. I cooked a lot of food. I learned a lot about barbecue. I learned a lot about food service. I learned a lot about working for myself. You know, I've never been one to label myself as an entrepreneur. I've always labeled myself as enterprising. I had someone a long time ago say, I heard in passing or whatever it was, they said, make your own economy. And that was one of the things that I always did. I always made my own economy. And, I did what I had to do. So, all right, let's say hi to a couple people. Jim Patterson, what's going on? Paul says, I know. I was about to say, I didn't know you got laid off. No. This was 2014 I got laid off. Again, this is before most of you guys found my channel, because 2015, when I really started putting YouTube videos back up, was when my buddy, who has helped me with the shirts and he's helped me with my website stuff, and helped me get back into doing YouTube, he was the one that was like, hey man, I need some help. And I was like, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. I might as well put a video on YouTube for you. And that's kind of what got the ball rolling. So 2015, again, when I was doing barbecue solely, I was doing barbecue full time. That was when I got back into YouTube. Man, Paul, I empathize and understand. Like, when it's a thing when you can personally understand. Like when the government folks were furloughed, and they're like, I don't know how I'm gonna make ends meet. I'm like, man, that hits home because I know I robbed Peter to pay Paul on more than one occasion, on more than the same week sometimes. Okay, and yeah, Paul, that's what's up. Are you doing the home inspection full time or just part time at this point, Paul? Life story, brother. Thank you very much, Lou. I appreciate it. Chuck, how you doing this evening? Chuck from the Wicked Pig Barbecue. Years, 7. Got laid off in July. Did nothing but barbecue for 6 months, but my young babies got me nervous, so I went back to the cubicle prison. Alton, you're speaking my language, man. You're preaching to the choir. The whole thing was when my wife and I decided that we were going to send the kids to private school, I knew that I had to go back to work and get a real job. But yeah. All right, my friend, coffee only does so much. What? Oh man, well. No, Lou, we're gonna talk about you while you're still here. Come on, man. We got a half an hour left. What's a half an hour between friends, Lou? You can do without that sleep. You can do without that sleep. No, Alton, he's staying. He's like, we're not leaving. We're not leaving. No. We're not leaving. You're not leaving, Lou. You're staying on. Anyway. But yeah, Alton, man, it was tough. Like, it was definitely tough. And like one of those things that a lot of people used to ask me, and they're like, well, why don't you stay home? This is when Taste Tester number 3 was going to daycare. All right. And I had to cough up $135 every single week for her to be in daycare. And they're like, well, you could save $135 a week if you just stayed home with her. And I'm like, well, if I stay home with her and I'm doing the barbecue, that means I'm taking her to some unsavory places, and I don't want to have to worry about taking the baby. Like, mind you, there were times when after school or during the weekend or something like that, Simple Man's Barbecue, how you doing? Let's see, Rick, how you doing, Ricardo? What's going on? But that was the thing. I didn't want to take her. I didn't want to put her in danger. Okay, so a lot of times I would want to make sure that that she was in daycare where I knew she was safe and I didn't have to worry about her. Speaking of her, hello, taste tester number 3.
Hi.
She's on her med. We got it right.
Yeah. Mommy didn't.
All right.
Can I see your wrist?
Not right now. Can you go tell your brother to go upstairs, please? It's after 10 o'clock. Thank you. Alton says the scene stiller. Yes. Handyman says, hi, taste tester number 3. Someone says hi. A couple people said hi to you. They said hi to you earlier, but you missed it because you were on the other side of the camera.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello. All right. Can we not worry about putting a bracelet on you right now?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Did you get your brother up and tell him to go upstairs? Turn off the TV.
Turn off the TV.
Turn off the AC too, please. Victor, how you doing, man? Yeah, right. You funny, Alton. Having problems finding a thumbs up for some reason. Still trying, still working. Anyway, I have gotten every question I had earlier. Oh well. Well, Victor, it's quite all right. I understand. Trust me. I forget. Wait. What? Sometimes I have the attention span of a gnat. Hey James, thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you stopping by. Taste tester number 2. No, you turn that one off here. Taste tester number 2. You want to say hi to everyone?
Hello.
All right. So you guys, thank you very much. Everyone left a lot of positive feedback on the video from Tuesday, and he's gonna be starring in only partially because he kind of ghosted me at the end. Yeah, I cooked some chicken legs on Charlotte with the Vortex. That video will be out tomorrow. That video that I still have to edit. He used to play football. I'm concerned about concussion stuff. So baseball and basketball. So
I'm good at basketball, and I'm pretty good at baseball. I got MVP this year, and Rookie of the Year last year. No,
he's athletic. He's athletic.
Flex.
He is.
Slight flex.
You see, his head is swelling as big as his hair. Good night.
Good night.
He can handle. He's working on it. He's working on it.
If you only saw me at Banneker, I cook up for everybody, even the volunteers.
Yeah. Alton, you got him talking. Baseball. It would be nice. But I would not mind if he plays both sports, baseball and basketball. Just because one leads into the other. So baseball can help get him in shape for basketball. Hey, Smoking Joes, how you doing this evening? Nice to see you. Screaming she was on that. Told her too many people handle. Play defense. She plays no ball anymore. Yeah, he's I won't say full of himself, but he's he is decent. Okay, he is decent, but he is not the best. It's one of those things where if you have 10 kids and he's top 2 on the team, he thinks that he's doing a lot better. But when they go against a better team, you get kind of level set pretty quickly. And I try not to sugarcoat things. I don't believe in participation trophies and other stuff like that. You're going to earn a trophy. If you get a trophy, you're going to me. All right? So I don't hold back my feelings, and I tell them how it is. And, that's it. So, let's see. Baseball. Simple man, baseball. They don't know it yet, but I'm actually gonna take them to a football game tomorrow night. I got some tickets, free tickets through my job, and I haven't told them yet that they're going to a football game. We're going to the Ravens-Packers game tomorrow night. So, another project for next year. What's another project for next year? Oh, got another project for next year. Sorry, reading is fundamental. Oh my gosh. Look, Alton, I agree, and I tell him the same exact thing. You know, when you're the best when your level is here, when you get to someone else who is here, they're gonna put you in your place, and it's not pretty, is it? It's not pretty, but you know, woo, uh, no participation trophies. And well, it is what it is. Mm. Sure enough, Chuck, you're absolutely correct. There's no point in sugarcoating things. Life won't sugarcoat anything. Uh, Simple man, here we go. Do I need to go get the hat? Because I'm gonna be rocking the hat tomorrow at this Ravens game. I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna wear my Eagles jersey too. I don't have to wear Eagles jersey. I got my perfect. Oh yeah. Any of you guys want to see a live stream tomorrow from the Ravens game? It'll be my son's first football game, first professional football game. You guys want to see that? I think I might do some recording, only because I can say, hey, I documented their first football game. But you guys let me know. Would you want to see a live stream or a video from the game? Period. Real the kid, it makes him cry in a second and sleep well. Yes, exactly. Oh, I agree. I agree. Look, I tried to tell him. He got mad at me one day because he was playing. This was baseball earlier this season, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but he got a hit, and he was so proud that he had a home run, and I was like, you don't call that a home run, right? You know that person made an error, and if it was like in the beginning of the season, and now mind you, his team was almost the worst in the league because they had 3 carryover or 4 carryover players from last year. A lot of the players aged out this year, and they had a brand new team. So if there are 9 or 10 kids on the team, only 3 or 4 of them were from last year and kind of knew what they were doing. Justin, I am from Pennsylvania. Choose your next words wisely. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, so you've been warned. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, Justin, I'm like, dude, if you were playing against a team that actually knew what they were doing, you would have been out at first base. You wouldn't have even gotten a second. Well, because your teammates don't know what they're doing and they made an error, multiple, you got around and scored a run. That's not how it's supposed to be. He was all upset. I'm like, now you know, if you were playing against a better team or a better opponent or a better, defense, you wouldn't have gotten a daggone home run. Come on now, let's be real. I said you barely probably would have gotten a single. And he was upset. Oh man. He said bear down and don't you dare say double doink. I'm leaving it be. I'm going to turn on the waterworks in a second. I'm like, as soon as you cry, I'm going to double your workload. Then we can get down to business, man. Shoot. Taste lesson number 2, he be crying too. Don't tell him I told you though. Sure enough, man. I hurt his feelings. I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to tell you how it is, man. I'm trying to prepare you for life. Just as Chuck said, life doesn't sugarcoat anything. So why should I sugarcoat it? Definitely not, man. Anyway, shoot, I remember I was the best shot put in my school when I was in high school. I threw shot in high school. Man, I threw 40, 45 feet, 12-pound shot in high school, and I was like, oh man, I'm doing great. I got to the public league, man, it was cats throwing over 50 feet, over 55 feet. And I'm like, like, yo, yeah, but yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, it says his daughter was swear she was the point guard. Kept her stats one game. She had like 3 points, uh, 8 takeaway. I guess TOs, takeaways, like 15 rebounds. Proved to her that her game should. Yep, I agree. Alton. Um, so last year my son for the basketball team, there were more players that were better, and they actually won their league last year. They won out, um, so they did well. But taste session number 2 was like the top of the backup players. There was a solid 5 fellas that were on the team, and if one of them needed to sub out, they would sub taste session number 2 in. But this year, taste session number 2 played Iron Man. Him, one of his other friends, like it was 3 of them. They had 7 players total on the team. 7, and 2 of which were taste session number 1 and taste session number 2. And taste session number 1, he, yeah, this basketball was not his thing. We try to give him an out. We tried to tell him, hey, you know, you don't have to play, but he insisted on playing, and he didn't give up, which was dope. But that wasn't his thing. So taste testing number 2, along with a couple of of his other friends, played Iron Man. They played almost every single minute of every single game because they had no other option. They had no other choice. Some of you guys remember I did post some videos of their basketball games, and that was more or less because I wanted him, taste testing number 2, to see the film on their games. And when he saw the film, it was a vast improvement. He made leaps and bounds, strides in doing better. But the team, they were having problems. They needed help with fundamentals. Alton agreed. Problem is everyone wants to be number 1. Yep. The dog daughter. Justin, what you mean you from Chester but rock with Dallas? What? Hey, Bushy Bato, man. Hey, you know, I can. Oh, if you have kids, you can make cry noises. You know how I know? Because you mock your kids, man. You mock your kids. Dog. Alton, welcome to my world. I already know. Well, Handy man, I was the best one in my school too, but there were only 2 of us, and the other guy was a scrawny dude, so I had him beat. I had to leave for a second. Community crying babies and baseball talk. Then what happened? So the second hour is what happened. I told you we talk about anything we want to. People don't take pride in putting their pride away for the sake of a team or collective effort. Yes. You know what though? It takes kids a while to understand that. And I think it really takes a lot for kids to understand that. Alton says he played basketball for fun as a kid, but he was always about assaulting people legally on the football field. So that's one of the things that, you know, my kids cracked me up. If it wasn't this year, it was last year. Taste tester number 2, he was shooting around. I got the ball and I shot it, and it, you know, goes in. He was like, "You can throw a basket, like you can shoot." Yo, just because I'm, you know, older than you doesn't mean, like, I know things. He just didn't want to believe that I could 1v1 me right now. And I said, no. Why don't you 1v1 me? Come on, 1v1 me. Let's go right now. I can beat you. Here's the thing. I have nothing to prove. I don't want to play you. No, you gotta play me. Why? No, I don't. I'm smart enough to know that I don't need to play him. He was pissed. Help you cook aside from being the official taste tester. Smoking Joe, tomorrow's video is a video of taste tester number 2 helping me cook. So right on time. Mm-hmm. Alt degrees. He said, man, you mocking kid, they get hot as fish grease in a second. And it's just hilarious. Chef Johnny, how you doing this evening? What's good? Live in the Pacific Northwest and a Seahawks fan, but my second team is the Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan since Randall Cunningham, still my next favorite team. I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I think we had part of this discussion. I've also been a Eagles fan since Randall Cunningham because he was the quarterback, like the first quarterback I remember growing up as a kid in the late 80s, early 90s. Oh my gosh, Alton, we don't know nothing. We have no life experience. We've never done anything before. I'm telling you, I had to help him pick his jaw up off of the floor that I was shooting around and was like, yo, nice arc, follow through, and like, it was like a 3-point shot or a foul, line shot. I mean, yo, he just swore. Just because I don't run around, doesn't mean I have to. Doesn't mean I can't. Look, I tell people all the time, just because I'm fat, I'm fit. If I need to go run around a mile right now, I can. Do I want to? Hell no. But I can do it. I mean, I'm going to pay afterwards, but I can do it. It might take me a while, but I can do it. It's about determination. Oh my gosh. Jack. What's good? Betty. Betty. Betty, wake up. Hey, Betty. I missed you guys. That's what's up. So, definitely, Jack, I appreciate you popping in. Really do. Really, really do. Thank you so very much. Yeah, John, they just think we old. I can run a mile, but do I want to? Hell no. Exactly. Look, I know the difference, man. I can, but just because I can doesn't mean I want to. For sure. For sure. But I mean, that's the thing, they don't understand that, you have life experience too. It's like, when I tell them, I'm like, yeah, daddy used to do this, daddy used to do that. And they're like, what? Really? Like, you know how to do that? You've done that before? Man, just wait till you get older and I start telling you some of the stories I can't tell you, because of what is it, statute of limitations. You just wait. So, as you tell a kid what they're about, oh my gosh, Alton. You can just see it in their eyes. Like, you can see the gears turning in their head. And you be like, yo, don't you dare. They be like, I'm gonna, don't you touch me. Like, take your kids to work day. Okay? One of my coworkers, his son is a pain in the butt. Alright? Son is a pain in the butt. And I'm trying to entertain the kids. I'm, being my cordial, entertaining self. And they were making a whole bunch of noise in the hallway. So I step out of my office and I start fussing at the kids in a joking way. But, I'm stern, but joking at the same time. So I stopped probably about half a dozen kids and their parents, and most everybody's laughing. This one little kid, he's like, is he serious? Or, like, should I be worried? And then I see him kind of like, okay, wait. He's not really serious. He's not really mad. And I see him about to kick me. I look down at him and I was like, yo, if you kick me right now, we gonna have a problem. And I put that bass in my voice. He was like, and backed up 2 steps. Come on, man, what are you doing? Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh, Jack. If you got 5 teeth pulled, how many teeth you have left? Basic math. This is that new wave math that the kids have to do these days. Jack has teeth. Jack had 5 teeth pulled. How many teeth did Jack have left? Oh man, we not even gonna talk about catching them in a lie. Woohoo! Let's refuse to hear the bull and make it stop. Oh man, sure enough. Yo, you gotta put bass in voice. Go play soccer and hurt ankle because of why. Oh man, shit. Mm. So grown folk says his daughter plays soccer on a hurt ankle behind his wife's back. His wife was so mad she made her clean the whole house that weekend. She starts crying about her leg hurting. I'd have been crying, laughing too, man. That's some stuff. It's way more fun to do it. Oh, all right. Well, handy man, I'll keep that in mind. I keep hearing good things about being grandparents and allowing things to slide and doing other things like that. Oh, not giving a look still, man. Oh my gosh, taste tester number 3. I can't even, I can't even talk loudly. Like I'm not even yelling. Oh, you want me to yell? Oh man. Like if you just do what I asked you to do, then I wouldn't have to put the bass in the voice. They don't get it. Oh yeah, exactly. All this the funniest thing is when they know they are got and they start stuttering. Man, I can't even hold it. But you know what's so funny? Oh no, you have to like take a deep breath and hold a straight face because if you can't show weakness, man. It's like a dog smelling fear. They be like, oh he's not even mad. All right, I can do that again tomorrow. No, man, you gotta like cover your mouth if you have to, like you're deep in thought, like you know, you, you know. Wait right there. I'll be right back, and you go clear your thoughts, man. Get the giggles out. You know how you tell your kids get the giggles out. Get the giggles out. Jack says he only ever had one tooth pulled, so he can still eat corn on the cob. Gosh, man, Jack, you're hilarious, dude. This is true. Grandkids going home with the parents. Grandkids are awesome. I'm not there yet. Yep. There you go. I'm telling you. Oh, we the same person, man. I'm telling you, we go through the same things. Hey, Grown Folks Network, thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely, I'm getting ready to get off the live stream too because I still probably have another hour of video editing to do. So, thank you guys so very much again, as always, for popping in and hanging out. If you haven't and you're on your way out the door, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. My son tries to pull the wool over my face. Yeah, no. Like, you can't. They can't do it. Oh, man, it's work for them. All right, that. Not something I have to deal with right now. All right, everyone, have a good night. Always fun. Deuces. All right, so I'll be on here for another minute or two. I'm trying to get to that 2-hour mark. We have another minute and 40 seconds and counting. But Alton, I think you know, obviously you can relate. You have more children than I do, so I'm sure the varying personalities are are a trip. I have 3 personalities I have to deal with, and that's enough. That's definitely enough. But it's so funny, you know. So Alton, you've been married longer, I guess, in total, and your kids are older. But hey, Mr. Hockett, thanks again. Congratulations on a new grand. So check out the middle of the convo. Oh yeah, my oldest one checks out in the middle of the conversation, and you know what? I just keep berating them, and then I start my conversation over again. Oh, you going to ignore me? Okay, I'll start from the beginning. This is why I'm mad. This is why you shouldn't do what you're doing. let's not have this discussion again. But we do. We do. Chef Smitty. Oh, well, we got a couple more minutes, sir, before I end this up. No, I don't do many giveaways. I just not my thing. Main reason I don't do giveaways is I can't afford giveaways. I I wish. Uh, you know what? He gonna get checked. I'm going. Alton says punch him in the throat. I'm gonna punch him in the chest. They check out like that. Oh, yeah, make him pop out 25 burpees. Come back when you're done. Still ain't listening to 25 more. Nothing wrong with some. What's that? Corporal or capital punishment? Which one is that? Justin. We talked about cooking for small events, Chef Smitty. Oh, you see the camera's a little throat punch. Oh my gosh, 4J says 17, 15, 13, and 11. That was on that every 2-year schedule, huh? You know what? It's a beautiful thing. So taste testing number 1 and 2 are 19 months apart. That is a beautiful thing for them to be that close together, but I don't know if I would want to have 4 kids that close. Like, dang. You get the chop and the gas. Alton, I haven't actually had to put it into practice, but I'm sure the day is coming. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, they gonna learn that day. Hey, Chef Johnny, thank you very much for popping in and hanging out. Greatly appreciate you stopping by. Shoot, I can't wait though. I know, but my boys, they gonna test me. Guess what? You feeling froggy, mother? Jump, jump. It's not gonna be a beat down. I'm telling you, it's gonna be 1 or 2 punches. They're gonna be like, oh, he's serious. Oh, I ain't playing. Look, you can take the boy out of Philly, but you can't take the Philly out of the boy. Shoot. I bet he didn't think he was gonna die. Shoot. I knew. But you know what? Like, kids these days don't have respect for their elders. Like, I knew, like, I'll tell you what, my mom's second husband, he was all of like 5'4", 5'5", and I had him by at least 100 pounds when I was still in high school. And he used to piss me off to no end. But I would never, ever, ever think about raising my hand. Never would I think about raising my hand. You know why? They got old man strength. I'm 17, been working out in the weight room. I'm feeling myself. And I'm strong. I'm throwing shot, all of that stuff. And, we want to have a little argument. All right, but my hands stay by my sides. I ain't even want. I ain't want no smoke. I ain't want no smoke. Man. Golly. 31 to 29. Grandson is 5. Jeez. Jackson, they get together and hurt me. Guess what? Y'all both gonna take a couple lumps. We're gonna make this one worth. I'm gonna make it worth my while. Like, I'm not going down without a fight. Well, Alton, sometimes you have to. You have to scare them like that, man. Jack, you know what? By the time they start to decide my nursing home, either I will put it in the will and I'll decide myself, or they will have forgotten. They better have. Shoot, Alton, I'll tell you, I'm getting to that point. I know. I'm probably gonna have to get to that point for sure. My two, they are, God love them. They are great kids, but listen, I'm pretty simple. Hey, I want you to do something, and if I tell you to do it, then do it the way I tell you to do it. Don't tell me or don't argue with me. Don't question. Just get it done. And we have arguments and fights and battles all the time, and I can see the frustration in their faces, and I'm just like, Now, if you just listened to me the first time, we wouldn't be going through this right now. So, note to self: listen. Oh, they hate that. They hate that. But it's okay. That's all part of the learning process, right? Anyway, one of those life lessons. There's something I had over in the house. Away home. Work. Oh boy. Well, let me know if you need some help with that one. I will, I'll back you up over the live stream or whatever. Like, who this right here? Who you think you're going out with? Did you see the video going viral with this boy who knocked on this guy's door, and he answers during the ring or from the Ring doorbell, and my man straight interrogates this dude over the Ring doorbell. Yo, it was awesome. It was awesome. Dude, my man talked to the boy that was picking up his daughter for a good 4 or 5 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, the movie starts at what time? So you'll be home by what time? He's like, oh, I'll have her back before 11. He said 10:30 sounds great. Thank you for having her, gonna have her back at 10:30. So then he's talking and he's like, yeah. The daughter comes out and they're talking still, and he's still asking the boy questions and stuff like that. And then he starts talking to the daughter, and he's like, want to make sure, what time are you gonna be back home? She's like, I'll be home before 11. He said, oh yeah, 10:30. That is awesome. 10:30 sounds great. Over the Ring doorbell, and he recorded the whole thing, which was just straight awesome. It was great. It was great. Anyway, yeah, man, it's easier to shave it every couple days than it is to try to grow hair that doesn't grow. You know what? Sometimes, Andy, man, it's nice to be intimidating. There are times when it comes in handy. Uh, sure enough, Alton, exactly. All right, fellas and ladies. Were there any ladies on the live stream tonight? Hopefully, maybe one or two. Well, look, I bid you guys adieu. I have to finish editing the video for tomorrow. I want to make sure that I get this done. I think I told you guys earlier in the live stream, if you weren't on or didn't know, I had to take my car into the dealership this morning, and I locked my book bag in the car after I put the keys in the night drop. So, of course, I didn't have my laptop, and my car is still in the shop, though the problem is actually fixed, so I'm happy about that. It only took a week and a half. Yeah. I had my car towed to the shop last Monday. And, yeah, I got it back yesterday. On my way home, the problem reappeared. Drove it home, and then I drove it down there to the dealership this morning. Like, yo, it's still not fixed. And they fixed the problem. They found the problem, and they fixed it. So I got to go and pick it up tomorrow morning. All right. Anyway, thank you very much, as always, for hanging out, popping in. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me on the way out. I'd greatly appreciate it. This has been very, very fun, and I will try to... Oh, you know what? I'm being completely honest with you. I probably will not be able to do a live stream tomorrow from the Ravens game because there's going to be too many cell phones in the same area, and my reception is going to suck. Verizon loves to throttle me when I get into the data prioritization type deal because I use my phone so much for data. I use a lot of data, and I'm probably gonna have a heck of a time getting signal tomorrow from that game. Anyway, just want to let you guys know that, and probably won't be. Betty says I'm in trouble. Why? Why I'm in trouble, Betty? Hold up. Why am I in trouble? I'm waiting for my berating. Oh, I guess she's in trouble because I woke her up. I'm sorry. He told me to. He told me to wake you up. Don't kill the messenger, please. All right. Well, look, guys. Thank you again. And I am gone. So I gotta finish this video. Oh gosh, it's 11:10, and I'm only not even halfway. Oh. Well, Betty doesn't speak up. So, I mean, she's here, but she doesn't, she's not on the live stream. So, Betty, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Betty. Oh man, why you have a bullet hole in your truck? I guess we could talk about that next week. All right, fellas and ladies, I'm gone. All right, thank you again. I'll see you guys next time.